Okay, welcome to the 7th Hyvä Meetup. This time it's about showcases. We have 3 showcases here, and I'm very happy to have 4 presenters for 3 presentations, and welcome to all of you. This is the 7th Hyvä Meetup, again hosted by IntegerNet. This time it's hosted by Andrea and me. Andrea did most of the organizing, and I'm doing the moderation today, and Andrea will be there in the background to make sure that things are working okay, and well, people like me get on stage at the right time. And well, you're probably missing a third phase here, and that's because Sonia, who was the main organizer before, is taking a baby break. And so we will have to do the next couple of meetups without her. Today's speakers, we have 4 speakers. We have Pham from BSS Commerce. We have Mathias Elle Tom Muir from E3N. And we have my dear colleague Ina van der Biesen from IntegerNet. This is the official schedule, but we probably, it will not be exactly those minutes where we'll have the presentations, but we try to do our best. So it will be around 10 minutes of networking. Then we have a presentation by BSS Commerce, and we have the presentation by E3N. And then we have the presentation, last but not least, by Ina from IntegerNet, and then we'll do the official closing. But the official closing doesn't mean that the event is shut down at 9 p.m. sharp. But I'm pretty sure that quite a few people will stay for a bit and chat, and there will be 1, 2, 3 rooms where we can chat about different topics, or we can do some more one-on-ones. IntegerNet is sponsoring and most of all organizing again, and I think that's we can make that short. We are doing that from the first event, from the first Hyvä Meetup to this Hyvä Meetup. And I think we stick to that. Tell us if anyone else wants to step in. So this is a short overview of Hop-In, if you're new to Hop-In. And I must admit, I am kinda new to Hop-In because they change it all the time, their layout. And well, we are starting here in the main session. That's where we all are. And we are heading to, one moment. Okay, one step back. About every presentation, there will be a question and answer section. And there you can ask your questions during the talk and enter them in the Q&A tab. And at the end of the presentation, we will have the questions being answered by the presenters. This is a screenshot of the Q&A tab, and you will see it next to the session. Okay, the talks will also be recorded. They will be published on YouTube, and probably it will be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Usually Willem is quite fast with that. So yes, if you need to go early or want to show a presentation to some colleagues, you will find them on YouTube. Just some things which should be self-explaining. We expect everyone to be polite, to be welcoming, respectful, collaborative, and we never made contrary experiences, so we expect to have a nice, nice evening as always. But of course, this is not just a bunch of presentations, but it's a meetup with a emphasis on meeting. And because of that, we have a meetup session, a networking session at the beginning. And to do that, please go to the networking tab, find the speed networking section and click join now. And you will be assigned to one of the other attendees here by random. It will take 3 minutes. You have the chance to make it a little bit longer if you are deep in a conversation. But at the end, after about 10 minutes, we will send a chat message event-wide and tell you that we are continuing with the presentations. In the end, you'll have another chance to do some speed networking if you'd like to. This is how it will look like. Okay. So now please head over to the networking tab. We will continue here in roughly 10 minutes. Okay, let's continue with the presentations. I'm very happy to welcome Pham from BSS Commerce in Vietnam and give the stage to you. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, Andre. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Pham. Yes. Thank you. Hi, everyone again. It's my pleasure to be on stage today to share about our work with all you guys in Hyva communities. Okay, give me a sec and I will share my screen. And let's get it with my presentation. Okay. I hope everyone can see my screen now, right? Okay. Yes. Hi again. Yeah. Let's start with my presentation. As everybody knows, Hyva recently has become a new breed in Magento front-end development, and I'm excited to see how we use Hyva team in our projects and have our clients review their international and B2B, B2C website on Hyva team. Okay, let's get started. A few words about myself. My name is Pham. I started my career in e-commerce and technology industry 10 years ago at the BSS Commerce, a global full service e-commerce agency that provide all-in-one solution for businesses. Our company has more than 300 experts in multiple e-commerce platforms, especially Magento. Last year, we started our 4 Hyva team development project for our client. Vitel Energy, a Chilean company with 38 years in the energy industry. Their end customer are many electrical installer, engineering, and construction company. At that time, they already have their Magento 2 website, but they are not happy with its speed, user interface, as well as user experience. So they decided to rebuild their new website on the Hyva team for a faster loading and better UI UX. The new website is rebuilt with 2 store views, one for Chileans and one for international customers. Based on Hyva team default, we have customized the look and feel of several pages with a lot of features for both B2B and B2C customer. Yeah, here you can have a quick overview of customized features per pages we have implemented for this website, from homepage, PLP page, PLP, GPT, and shopping carts. Okay, for more detail, let's walk through some interesting feature on this website on our video demo. Okay, firstly, let's get started with the homepage. As our client is selling more than 6,000 products in various categories, they are in need of a way to show their catalog visually and nicely on a mega menu. Yeah, this mega menu support 3 levels of category with banner so that their customer can easily find their matching categories, browsers, product quickly. Yeah. Okay. Beside the hero banner title on the homepage, our client also want to show the related products in a category in tab and also slider. They also want their customer can add their item right at very first page, so they can quickly add the item to cart, and after the cart item or cart add to cart, their pop-up will show. In this section is about new product. Customer can browse their matching item and add the product to cart as well. Yes, you can see that's some demo of ASAC add to cart to item. I can show more this function on the website. On any page, if they are product cart, the customer can add them directly to cart without navigating to the product page and add them separately. As you can see right now, customer just add the product from the home page. Let's go to category page. Normally on Magento default, you need to go to product page to add the product, but right now on a category page, you can add it also. We also optimize on the product page as well. On the product page, we have a section for frequently bought together, reason also bought, also view. In this section, customer also to add the item directly to cart without visiting the product page. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Is a category page. On a category page, we have a feature called Add Multiple Product to Carts. Customer can choose their selected item to the checkbox, change the quantity, and add all the selected item to cart. All the item was selected and added will be shown in the pop-up, so customer can revise which item they have added. And you can see in the pop-up, the customer can check the product image, the product SKU, the product name, also can view the subtotal of all items in cart as well. Also, they can choose to keep shopping or go straight away to the cart page. Yeah, right now I just demo if they haven't finished the purchasing process yet, they keep selecting other items, then add them to carts, and show them again on the pop-up for revision, then finish their purchase by go directly to the cart page. Okay. Next, I want to show you some customization we have done on the product page. As mentioned earlier, our client is selling more than 6,000 products. So they created their products in 2 product types, simple product and configurable product. They requested that on the product page, we need to show the product label, the product tags, and some product attachment. In this on the screen, you see this product is actually is out of stock, and we need a function to allow the customer leave their email to receive notification when this item back in stock. Yes, I just fill in the email and submit the button and get the notification about finish the registration to receive the info when the item back in stock. In case the customer want to stop the notification, they can click the button to cancel the out of stock notification subscription. Another feature on the product page, mostly customized on configurable product. On Magento default, instead of we will show the configurable products and drop down to choose the option. But on this website, we have customized to show all the child product in a table. As you can see, this product have many colors to choose. So we list all child products in a table with their color option, the SKU, the price, and from this table, the customer can choose the matching item and add to cart. Also, another customization we did on configurable product is to show the simple detail of configurable product. I mean, showing the detail of the children products. Correspondingly, when the customer choose or try to view one by one product. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, I will go back a little bit. Yeah. You can see in the table, if right now I'm pointing at the item with red color, so the product image is red, and in the description color was showing it red. In the product tab, it's showing the tab information. But when I switch to the blue, the product information changed to blue. When I change to green, the product image switching and the product information changed as well. Also, with the products showing in grid, customer can select, edit the quantities, and add many product to carts at once. Right now, I'm choosing 3 products and add them to cart. In the screen, it's showing an item do not have enough quantity, so I need to edit the quantity and add to cart again. Yeah, it will show the selected item will add to cart in a pop-up, so we can review it again. Yeah, that's all about the customization on the product page. Next, I want to show you about 2 B2B features that were created to serve the B2B purchase flows. The first one is about the registration form. On this website, to segment and personalize the shopping experience of 2 customer groups, B2B and B2C, our client require 2 registration forms for them. For the B2B, you can see from the screen, this is the registration form. So we have a checkbox for customer to choose if they want to create an account at a B2B company. If the box is not selected, they will register their account at a B2C customer. So registration form for B2C customer also were customized a bit to add a custom field called RUT. RUT is a tax registration number in Chile. So to finish the registration, the information will be updated in their customer account, and from there they can update and change the information later on. Okay, let's try the flow with the as a B2B customer. Okay, I will select the checkbox. So from the screen, you can see B2B account need to fill in tax registration number of the company name, and other field as the normal account. Okay, then we will submit the registration form, and all this information also added in the customer account for later management. And yeah, these custom field were created and added in the registration form by an extension called customer attribute, and also managed in backend for administrator. The second feature of the B2B customer is about the quotation. Customer can add item to cart and see the quotation button in the mini cart, or when they add all the item in the shopping cart. This feature only available for registered customer only. So for now, to submit a quote, we need to log into account. Yes, let's try go to the shopping cart. Yeah, here in the shopping cart, you see the courtesy, that means the request for quote. Then if you not log in yet, you have to sign in, and then you will see there will take box for you to leave a message for the store owner or for the admin to review. After the submission, you can go to your customer account to check the status of the quotation, or decide to cancel it, or to complete the purchase after the quotation were approved. Yeah, with these key features, the new website was launched on February this year, and now we are still in second phase of the development to add more to B2B feature and the speed optimization to the website. We are also happy to share the positive feedback from our client. They just gave us a 5-star review on the Trustpilot. It's a huge reward and motivation for our team to try our best and work harder on the next phase. So what is our most favorite part in this project? Yeah, it's about how we join this product as a Magento 2 extension provider and a Magento development service agency. One of the most challenging when building a website on Hyva team is the Hyva compatibility module. In this product, our client decide to use a lot of the extension, a lot of third-party module to add supporting feature to save time for the development. So it requires a lot of compatibility module to work with Hyva team. Even though those modules are free, but it takes time for the development team or the extension provider to create the compact module. That's my longer the product development time. But as an extension provider, we understand our products and quickly convert and create compact modules for most of our extensions to fulfill increasing needs of Hyva compatibility module. That's also one of the reasons Vitel team chose us as a partner to build the website for them. Okay, now when we're looking back, we find two things that we can learn through this project. Firstly, our development team has shared a positive development experience with Hyva team's success. Actually, in this project, we have 4 developers. 2 have experience with Hyva projects before, but 2 are new with Hyva team at that time. So in average, they have to learn about the team, and it takes them about 1 or 2 weeks to learn, then can start the development on the Hyva team. The Hyva team architecture simplicity also help reduce development and the customization time, and they shorten the time to market. Also, there is an interesting fact about this project. In discovery phase, Vitel team contact us and discuss about a headless solution to review their website. What they list is a fast loading and better UI UX website with a lot of advanced features for both B2B and B2C customers. And the feature will be supported by third-party extension. And also, they request the website must be launched soon in 4 or 5 months. But after several talks, we find their main goal is all about the speed and UI UX optimization, with no need to decouple the back end from the front end for independent front end management. Hence, we see headless solution might not be the most suitable solution for their needs. Instead, the website can review on the Hyva team to achieve their goal about the speed, performance, time to market, and cost. That's how we learn that we need to understand the current need to choose a suitable solution instead of following the trends, which might be not good fit for the website, or just following the request. We are happy that we have discussed and check again the requirement and consult with them about the suitable solution right now that using Hyva team will be much better solution for them. Okay, right now I have come to the end of my presentation, and I think it's time for Q&A. Feel free to ask me any question. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. We have one question in the Q&A section by Alex. Have you updated to Hyva 1.2? It's the one with the newer Alpine and Tailwind versions.
Not yet. The website was built around August last year, and it launched in February. And we just complete the first phase of the project. So in the second phase, we will focus on B2B feature and the speed optimization. So right now, we're still branding for the phase 2. And you haven't have a plan to update the latest version yet, because our client want to website to launch and they can start selling again, because their old website, the Magento to website is too slow and not good for the customer to purchase.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Does anyone want to step on stage to ask a question to Kin Pham? If not, I have prepared 1 or 2 questions. Can you tell me if you have evaluated other solutions besides Hyva, or was Hyva fixed from the beginning?
The other solution. I see the default Hyva team is not supported yet, so our developer has to add the customer to have the AVAX S2 working on the Hyva. So we customize for it on every page from the any section or any place that our client want to have their product list on. So as you can see from my presentation on the home page, category page, product page as well, search result page, it a request to have the AVAX S2 card to work on.
Okay, thanks. There's 1 more question by Matthias. How do you handle incompatible modules? Do you wait for support, or do you rewrite or extend it by your own if you use modules by other extension vendors or open source modules?
Actually, we have 2 approaches. Because most extension the customer purchase from BSS Commerce, so we also the one who have to create compatibility module for this project. So some of module we decided to create the compass module to fulfill the requirement from our client. But some extension we decided to create to build from scratch. I mean, we discussed with our client the main use case that they want to use. So we create a new module that compatible with the Hyva team from the beginning, not to use the ready-made extension instead.
Thank you. And 1 last question by me. Are all of BSS Commerce's modules compatible to Hyva right now? Or are there some left?
Most of them are compatible with the Hyva team. We have around more than 100 extensions, and right now we have around, as I remember, about 70 module compatible with the Hyva team. We have a poll on our website for customer to vote if which extension they want to compatible with Hyva. So we collect the opinion from our customers to decide which one should be prioritized to create compatibility module. And also some customer approach us actively, I mean, come to BS and ask us directly whether this module compatible with Hyva. Then but their request we will create a compatibility module.
Okay, thanks for your answer and for your presentation. I learned a lot.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, then we head to our second talk by Tom and Matthias from E3N. Please get on stage, click the share button. Okay, there you are. And I'm happy to have met Matthias at the last in-person meetup in Stuttgart a couple of weeks ago. And I already know some details about the project, but I'm interested to hear more. And yeah, the stage is yours.
Okay. So let me. Okay, give me a second to share the screen. And good evening to all visitors, and I hope you are really well. So, okay.
So here we go. Yeah, the web shop is called livim.de, so feel free to head over to it and check it out. It's all in German, but we're very confident you'll find your way around it anyway. Before we dive into the presentation, we just want to take the time to quickly introduce ourselves so you know who you've got here in front of you. I'm Tom Muir. I am the front-end designer for i3N, and I'm from New Zealand, been in Germany for ages, live in Cologne and work there remotely. And yeah, I'm not a classical designer, and I'm not a fully skilled front-end developer, and that's why I call myself a front-end designer. But I know the specialties of the systems that I'm designing for, and that's I know how to design these things within these constraints, and that's my job. I'll be highlighting some of our design process, and especially in the context of Hyvä and things that we've worked out for ourselves. And yeah, I don't have a Twitter profile, but Matthias does, and that's why I'm going to hand over to him.
Thank you, Tom. And my name is Mathias Elle. I'm front-end developer also at i3N. And my job is basically convert coffee to code. And this is my job the last 20 years. No, but I'm a technical part of the development process. And I work side by side with Tom as he's my co-pilot.
So. Yeah, actually, I learned everything I know about Hyvä from Matthias. Well, a lot of it. He introduced me to it, and and then we come to this Livim and the unmaintainable theme that it was before we brought it over into Hyvä. So we just want to quickly dwell on where we came from and to show you what some of the challenges were going to be. And so we started working with the customer here back in 2019, and we had a shop that had been tinkered with by various people beforehand, and quite frankly, it was a mess. We knew that we were going to want to relaunch it in the front end, but we didn't want to use the base that was there, and Hyvä was just the logical choice. So what we wanted to do was really improve the web vitals and bring up the performance to an adequate standard, because it was ridiculously bad, and give the design an update that really suited the corporate identity, and also just increase the conversion rate, of course, as well, and give us some code that we like to maintain. So what you're looking at here is the design that this is the way it used to look like. And you might see here that there's furniture on the screen there. Yeah, and this is what Livim does. They sell furniture, not just furniture. They sell designer furniture at a competitive price. They can do that because they don't have these big showrooms where they have to, present everything. And what they also still do, though, is they sell the furniture with all the configurable options that the renowned brands offer. And all that was in the web shop that we were looking after. And this is the largest or biggest challenge that we had, was getting this configurable part into a Hyvä context. So we've figured out an approach for us when we're doing a Hyvä relaunch, which we've also revised, and this is the way we work with the Hyvä project now. And this is what we tried out with Livim, and it worked for us really well. And the first thing we do here is we look at the requirements of the project, and what we mean there is we're looking at what does the shop really need, not what has it been doing up till now, but what does it really need, and what features does it have that it needs to do this. Are they doing their job very well or not? And, sifting through the modules that have been installed, checking if they really need to be there or not anymore, before we check if they're going to be compatible with Hyvä. And what we get there is we get a scope that we can talk about in a very transparent way with our customer about what can be done with Hyvä and where are the things going to need to be individually developed for them. And in this case, it was really this configuration, configuring these furniture products. We would have liked to have just totally redone this configurator in a more usable way with a better UX, but it just wasn't an option at this stage because of the data model behind it. That was going to have to be revised as well if we were going to do that. So we've stuck with the data model that's there, which is complex enough as it is, and taken the configurator as it is and put this into a Hyvä context. This is what Matthias is going to be talking about later on in the talk. I'm going to dwell on some of the design aspects and just the way we do the design. So at the same time, when we're looking at the requirements of the shop, we start the design process, we go straight into develop it, we're reworking the modules and evaluating what we're doing as we're looking at the shop features as well. So yeah, at this stage, a little bit of advertising and a teaser for the major unconference. I'm just going to do a really short talk on the iterative screen design process that we use. And I'm planning to do a whole session on this at the major unconference later this year in Cologne, and go into a lot more detail on what we do here and how we do design, how we do design for front-end developers. So yeah. My screen design process it runs on 2 paths, and these paths are happening simultaneously. But the very first thing I'm doing there is this style guide, and we tried some things out for Hyva, and we've figured out a really good way of getting things into a style guide, like really early on in the project. Like we're still figuring out what the requirements are going to be, and the requirements are dictating what we're going to design. But a web shop comes with a font and a logo and some colors, and you've already got things you can chuck into a style guide right from the start. And this is what we do. We work with Figma, and in Figma we've got some templates set up, and what you can see here is you've got text sizes, and these text sizes are actually all set up in the Tailwind classes that are present. So you've got text size and a line height paired with a corresponding Tailwind class. So we chuck in the font that the theme is using, and just check if it looks and displays okay in the designs. And then I've also got some styles that are going to be reused in my designs all the way through. And this approach is something that we use for all the spacings, every dimension that is used in the project. It all references back to some Tailwind class. And this means that the designs that come out in the end are going to reliably be something that the developer can use with Tailwind classes. There's no arbitrary text sizes or distances of 1 pixel in there that are not somewhere and found in a Tailwind class. As far as the color scheme goes, this is something we tried out. Those of you who know Tailwind will know that Tailwind comes with its full set of color schemes you can just use out of the box. And these are things like indigo and amber. And each one of these colors comes with a range of shades. So what we did is we looked at the logo and we said, okay, it's got this green in there. And then we said, this is going to be our primary green. This is going to be the 500. And then we define the shades of that green right from the start, before we'd done anything in the project at all. We knew that we were not going to use all of these greens, but we knew what the lightest shade was going to be and what the darkest shade was going to be right from the start. I think, some of you have been in the business for a while. When you're doing front end, you start off with maybe like 2 or 3 grades, 3 or 4 grays. You've got a dark gray and a middle gray and a light gray. And as you move forward in the project, you need like an even lighter gray and a lightest gray. And what you get is a whole total mix of class names that just really don't fit. And this is why we did this right from the start, so that we've got this set up in classes that are actually used in Tailwind and Hyva. And it was great for us. It works. Can really recommend this approach. What we also do right at the start, we start doing this, but this is an ongoing process, is defining components in the designs. They're called components in Figma. That's why I'm calling them components here as well. And what that is basically just a single point of truth for things like buttons or form fields. And we set those up at the start, and they are referenced through all the designs. So if I change a color or a size of a button, then it's changed in every single other part of the design where I've actually used this. And the reason we do this is because we can put these things into the theme really early on as well. So moving on to the Tailwind config, as soon as I've got a style guide, I'm transferring this over to the Tailwind config because it's there to use. We've got the color scheme set up. We've got the font assets. We put this in. This, of course, means, yes, we do have a development system there right at the start of the project where we're still figuring out what the shop features are going to be. So we can just start working on it. And yeah, this is a really great thing about Hyva that we can really use and implement here. this bottom path, I'm just really going to brush on briefly here because it's not exceptional for Hyva, but this is the way we approach the designs in a project on the whole. We look at the critical path of the project. What's the customer journey? What's the main customer journey in the project? And the very typical thing for a shop and especially for Livim is you move from the category page as a customer through to the checkout and ultimately buy furniture. And this is our main focus in the design process. We start with the category page and we refine that in a mock-up. I talk with the developers about the special features that are maybe happening there. For example, on the product detail page, the configurator, and figure out if it's going to be a horror show the way I'm designing it or not, or can we actually do it that way before it goes into the design process at all. So I've got a quick screenshot here of what it looks like in Figma when we're designing something. And yeah, these blue lines just represent some of the prototypes that actually turn up when we're putting this into a presentation mode. And yeah, we work with prototypes. These are things you can click on or hover on. So we see right from the start before this thing goes into development, where's the mini cart going to be, what it's displaying over, where are menus popping up. And what I really want to emphasize it here and point out are two things. Yeah, every single bit of spacing here is a tailwind class. Every color is a tailwind class. The whole design is built so that a developer can use it straight away and implement it without having to figure out what it is. And the other thing is we're using real content. We're using the pictures that the shop has. We're using the names of products and the pricing. And this is great for talking to the customer about the design, because when they see these things, they will point out the mistakes that you've made if you've, labeled a price wrong or put it in the wrong place according to the product. And so we're figuring out all the little edge cases in the design process and not later on in development where the whole process there of fixing it is a lot more costly. So yeah, without further ado, I would like to also hand over to Mathias now so he can show us a bit of the configurator and that special part of this shop.
Thank you, Tom. Very good. And so I show you, I changed my presentation a little bit. So now I show you a small preview or a live preview of our shop and get in touch with the front page, a little bit of the customer page or the product detail page, so you can take a look and feel, and we switch back to the configurator. So I show you the website. So the whole design is created by Tom. It's a really cool approach. I think the rectangles and the magazine style is really good and totally modern. So it's complete responsive and a really clean look and feel. So this is the product detail page. So we talk about it now because we have implemented or rewrite a complete new configurator. So you can see this to create your furniture. So you can see it here, and we talk about it now. So I go back to my presentation. Rebuild the product configurator. So we have the product configurator is written in Knockout.js and Magento Luma theme. So, and the customer talked to us. He wanted to upgrade to Hyva. This was in November 2022. So Hyva 1.2 doesn't exist at this time. So we create in the Magento 1.1.19 version, and so we have a little bit limitations. So, but it's not a problem because we can update now. So I show you a little bit deep dive to the configurator. So the product configurator is created in 3 parts. The left part with the product options, you know it with drop downs in Magento standard. Drop down for color, sizes, or select input fields. So we created with with an icon, with a badge, the color badge, the name, pricings. So the customer don't recognize or don't need to click drop downs or select input fields. So it's really easy to use. So on the left side, you can make a choose. Then if you make your choose, it would be summarized on the right side. There is a summary with all selected options. And if you are finished with this product, you came to the summarize of the product. The price, you can choose the amount and can add to cart. So this is basically the standard function of, I think, any product configurator. So our problem was we have some custom product types. So we have bundle products, we have simple products. Every developer in Magento knows bundle products are not similar to simple products with options, or simple products are without options, and so far. So, and we have the problem, the customer comes with a multi-bundle product, which include a product with bundle options, and this bundle product can also have another bundle product with more bundle options. So difficult. So, and this is what our problem was. So we need to get all the things in one configurator template. So, and we have a list with different types of products, and all the types of products we need to display and check and handle. The data is in the background. So let me drink a little bit of water. So the next one. So I show you a little video how the configurator works, so you can make a point of view how multi-bundle works. So this is a multi-bundle product which includes multi-bundles and another product with more bundle products. So and this is how it works. You choose your option and save it in a collection and search a new product and save it also to the summary. So I make a pause here. So we have now on the right side 3 options configured, and we save it in a collection. And later on, if you click on Add to Cart, all the selections with different product types are comes to the quote and get in the cart. So another element also. So now we have 3 elements, and all the data will be collected, and all is valid, and now we can add to cart. So all items are in the cart. This is fine. So I can, next slide. So how it works, we look later in this presentation. So, but a very interesting part of this development process is how we can be sure all is fine. No errors, no build process errors or something else. In this case, we use Cypress to validate each product type. So simple products, bundle products, products with options, and so we can be sure all is fine if a developer make a commit, and our continuous integration pipeline will always check if all is fine. If not, we all get messages and we'll be alerted. The code behind the configurator. I talked slides before. The customer comes with us with an old knockout template, and we have an estimation, or we need to make an estimation how long it works. So all developers looks in the class ball, and we think time X, and okay, we started to develop. So after 1 or 2 weeks ago, we started to develop, and 1 till 2 weeks, we decided to delete all. The code was not maintainable. The old code was minified, and some functions are not used, and it was so we delete all the JavaScript code and rewrite it complete new with Hyva Alpine.js. So this was our approach. So, and in this case, this was our first Hyva project. So we have we take long time to study the documentation. By the way, really good described, and we found some points how to handle data between X-data objects or containers in 2 different diffs. So, and this was the whole problem, the main problem for how we can move data from div B to div A. So, and this was our solution. In this case, we used constants, and we put the data in this constant and can read this in div A, by the way. So, but in the new Hyva 1.2, we always use the new one, the dispatch events, and this is really easier for us. So it's the magic behind. So it's no problem. So we can dispatch, can make an on-click event, so we can get the data from A to B. So if anyone wants a code deep dive, so I can say, okay, we'll let meet us or speak about it in the Match-On conference also. Because we have no time here for all the code. There are 3,000 lines of code, so sorry for that. Okay, we are happy with templates in Alpine.js. This configurator use Alpine, and we are, of course, we use Alpine templates. This is really a smart way to load or show a markup only if it needed. In this case, we have a summary on the right side of the configurator, and only if the configurator is in the save process or is not saved in this time. So if the summary is not saved, then show the save button. And this is really easy for us to implement it in this way. Because before Hyva, you need to create PHP functions or PHP if else or JavaScript, a lot of JavaScript, and so it's totally easy to store all in this X-data object where is the variable for summary is saving, and if the Boolean is true or false, show the template. Totally easy. The same for this. It's equal to the slide before, but it's not a template, so we can show if the option dot selected is true. It means if any selected option or if any option is selected, then show me the list with options that are selected. And this makes it totally easy to create something dynamically in the sketch without reloads, without lag, without page Ajax calls or something else. Totally easy. Yeah, and this was the point of view from the configurator. I know it's not much, but let it speak about it in the Match-On conference. We can take more time about it. And another part of the whole theme is the checkout, and the customer says to us he wants to use the old checkout and the checkout with custom settings and customizations. So, and we take a look to the fallback possibility for Hyva. This is our really great feature, and you can use your old Luma checkout instead the new Hyva checkout. This had several advantages. Advantages for the fallback solutions are the Magento checkout can be reused. This is really good. Payment provider modules are compatible, and this is a really big point, I think, because something like 18 or something other payment providers doesn't support Hyva at this time, 2022. So we are safe, it's working. The other advantage is no need to rebuild a complex customer checkout. And on the other side, we have disadvantages. So if you use this, the entire checkout must be externally refactored and adapted to the new layout. This means you must create all new. Oops, sorry. And focus header and focus footer needs to be rebuilt. This is the clean version of the complex header in the top of the website and the small footer on the below side. So the main goal is don't move the user back from the checkout to the store, so he can focus on the checkout process and make a conversion. And third-party extension may react unexpectedly and need to be restyled in Luma. Cookie consent, maybe. We have figured out that some cookie consent modules are triggered twice. So in the normal one, if you join the shop in the starting page or product detail page or landing page, something else, and you come in the checkout, the cookies or the cookie consent triggers again. And this is really confusing, and so you need to take care of this. And when you're porting to Hyva later, everything has to be redone. All the work you need to do again. Yeah, so you need to make a decision. And a little hint, the Hyva checkout is released, so maybe you can check the demo and use this. So, and for Livim.de, we have a little, some nice KPIs. On the left side, the before KPIs before we relaunched to Hyva, and with Hyva of the right side. In this case, this is the product page. No, sorry, my fault. The category page, and we have, I think, really impressive KPIs on this point. But it's not the end. We are, in our agency, we are focused on the performance or bring the user experience so good how possible, and not always Google counts, but it's a really important feature. So test it always with Google Lighthouse. So, and this is the product detail page when the before the optimization and after optimization. The best practices are not in the 90s, but we work on it. You can show up in the Magento unconference. I think it's 90 plus. So, and the case from Hyva, our Livim project, it was a really nice approach to learn Hyva and see how fast you can build a website with it and how easy it is to combine Tailwind UI components, Tailwind CSS classes, and the power of purging CSS. And this is another feature, incredible cool, and special thanks all Hyva contributors to this shop software. It's really cool, and I think the KPIs, and in this case for our customer, can show how much power in Hyva is and what Hyva can do for you, and we are happy so E3N can do it for our customer. And at this point I come to the end, and if you have any questions, feel free. And I'm expecting.
Yeah, Matthias, there are actually some questions. And before Andreas gets back here, I can even actually get to them for you. There's a couple for me, but there's also one for you, and I'll go straight to that from Eric. And he's asked, if you started over and rebuilt this again today, would you use Alpine.js again or something else instead? I have a feeling I know what the answer might be.
I would know. Hyva and Alpine.js instead what?
Yeah, is there something else you might use instead if you wanted to do it again today?
No. Sorry, I can't understand the question behind this. Can you talk
also, wenn du die Wahl hättest, wenn du das nochmal, also heute nochmal machen würdest.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. No. I don't want to use any other Alpine.js at this time. For my Magento project in Hyva themes, it's really cool, smooth, and fast, and you have a total logic approach to handle data. It's easy to use, and together with Ajax calls, handle, and it's easy and super.
Yeah. I also have an answer to that as well from my perspective. I mean, I love the magic that you guys do, Matthias, but even when I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on this, it's easy for me to understand. This is really great for people who are just starting out with front-end development to be able to build things that work really well. And Sean, you've also asked a couple of questions here. Have I seen the Figma plugin that adds variables to Figma, and then I can export them as options? So that there's I can export the design tokens so that I can put them in the tail config. No, I haven't seen that plugin. I quite frankly, in the last year or so, I never thought of looking for it. So if you don't mind sending me a link to that, I'd love to look at it. And have we used CSS variables in the Tailwind config? I've never thought of doing that. Matthias?
We have some extents. Of course, we extend some basically Hyva variables, but we don't have own variables because we can use the apply functions of Hyva. So, or Tailwind, we can apply to list element, apply paddings, and something else. So there are currently no needed for this.
Yeah, if you have a use case there, Sean, as well, that we can have a look at where you use the variable in the Tailwind config, that'll be great to look at and see. But I don't think we've just had the need for it so far, so we've never thought of doing it.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Hi.
Hi, great. Thanks for taking over my part. That was great. Thanks for your presentation. Actually, I do have one question. How long did that project take from start to finish, and how big was the team?
You mean the whole development process or project management
let's say
as
from starting the first line of code.
The first line of code, 2.5 till 4 months.
That's quick.
Yeah, we no, not the whole, because we have make a decision to go back and start again and forget our old code or the old way to code, and there are more time, but in all new Hyva projects, I think you can expect development improvement up to 30%. So.
Yeah, and how many of us were there? More or less 3 of us, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just you two and a third developer?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else has a question? If you do, you can click the share button, share video and audio, and just ask a question yourself.
I just got word back from Jonas Nieberger from E3N as well. About 5 months is what we took for the project altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see anyone requesting stage time. Okay, thanks again. That was a great presentation. I liked it. And now let's step over to our last presentation of the day. It's by my dear colleague Ina about the Design Bestseller project, and that's a little bit special to me because we as a company, Internet, have been working with Design Bestseller for, I think, nearly 10 years. And I used to work on the Magento 1 project, and I didn't have anything to do with the Magento 2 project. So I'm also, of course, I heard some things, but I'm also very interested in the presentation by Ina. Welcome.
Hi there. Okay, weird perspective, but I guess, I hope you can hear me all right. And let's share my screen. There you go. Okay. Hi, also from me. Like Tom and Matthias just presented a reseller of furniture, I will do the same now. It's Design Bestseller who is selling design furniture, but a bit more to that. And also one thing we have in common with Matthias and Tom's project, we also have product configurators. So let's see how many things we have in common down the road. I will give you a quick project overview, what, well, like Andreas already said, like what we've done with or how the project collaboration has been with the customer over the years. A quick intro about the project. I'll highlight some of the front-end features that we implemented, and at the end there will be a short demo. But first, who am I? I'm Ina van der Biesen. I'm 32. I'm a project manager at Internet. And before that, I was actually in project management in sales in advertising and audio post-production. I've been with Internet and then also with Magento since 2020. And well, as you can see, I'm obviously not a developer, but for the Q&A part, my colleague Alex will be joining me. So don't hesitate to already post some more technical questions. We will definitely find answers to that. Okay, so Design Bestseller, as I said, they are selling designer furniture and home accessories. They are based in Aachen, just like our agency. And Design Bestseller was actually found in 2011 as the digital platform of a brick and mortar store here in Aachen. They are selling the design furniture offline, and Design Bestseller is doing it online. They came to us in 2012 with their Magento 1 shop, which we then rebuilt. And yeah, in 2022, we did a relaunch and also a migration. So we did not only relaunch the front end, but also did a migration to Magento 2 with Hyva. They did the design for this in-house. We don't have designers with us in the agency, so that is maybe something a bit more special. And I'll also share some stats with you on the project so you have an idea of the scope. In the Magento instance, we have 5 websites, and they're selling across 4 countries. It's Germany, France, the Netherlands, and Belgium. They have more than 81,000 active products, and the product types that are used are configurables, mostly simple products and virtual products. And in total, across all 5 websites, we have 12,000 active categories. I'll come to that later as well. Okay, quick. Well, for me as a project manager, it's always interesting to mention the project timeline and the scope a bit. We actually had our kickoff already in January 2021. It was not like a big formal kickoff, but like we started working on the migration project in January 21. And in May 2022, last year, so we launched the first of the 5 websites, which is basically the smallest of them order-wise. So this was rather an MVP and was still missing some features that were needed for the other shops, for the official Design Bestseller shops. So those other shops were then they went live in November and September of the last year. We actually spent, so as you can see, it's a span of 22 months that we developed more or less actively on the project. And in total, I checked the numbers, 7,000 hours were spent on it. In total, or in parallel, we had up to 2 front-end developers working for back-end developers, and another colleague with me did the project management on this. Okay, project recap maybe before we look into the actual features. Yeah, 22 months is quite a long project duration. I agree on that. But we were not at full speed all the time. So especially in the beginning, we didn't have all the developer capacities because other projects were a bit delayed. So we started rather slowly, and then we picked up the speed as we went through the migration. Another struggle that we had a bit, I think, was that we did not have a full briefing up front. And although we have been working with the customer for a few years already, over these many years, a lot of development and was done on the Magento 1 shop and a lot of features introduced. But somehow we never had a full list of requirements or features that were part of the Magento 1 shop. And as a customer, of course, you're so used to your own shop, you don't really know what is standard Magento and what is custom. So we actually skipped the complete analysis and pre-planning, which I guess other projects do upfront. But I think that saved us a bit of delay in the beginning as well. And another struggle that I wanted to mention was the definition of an MVP that was a bit hard to do, I think, for the customer to decide which features can we postpone to the later websites, which has to be included in the first go live as well. And of course, for us, an MVP would have been a bit different maybe than for the client, but in the end, it's their shop. So and also in the, I would say in the last months before we went live with the first shop, it became more clear for all parties involved what is the MVP that we're working towards. But of course, there are also a lot of good things and things that I should mention that motivated us during the project duration. And the teamwork with the Design Bestseller team and also internally was always very motivating, and it felt like everyone was involved and both concepting and owning issues that came up along the way. So this is something that worked out really well. I think working with Design Bestseller for those many years helped with this. We also did an internal retro after the first go live and improved the planning for that second phase between the different launches. And then that second phase definitely went way more straightforward and a bit more with a focus on the things that definitely needed to be done to get the other shops live. And another thing is that with comparing to other projects that I've been working on during the last years, Design Bestseller definitely is, I would say, the most interesting one and definitely the most complex one. And you'll see if I will mention some of the features, and maybe you'll get a grasp of that as well. Features. I'll divide it up between product features, or that I would define as more producty features, content features, and then also talk quickly about the checkout. Product features. We have a custom-built GraphQL layered navigation, so we're not using any layered navigation modules or something out of the box, but we built that custom for Design Bestseller with their different needs and attributes that are included here. As I said, I'll do a quick demo later as well. Then product configurators. We have 2 of them. But we didn't build them customly, but we integrated external product configurators. One is from the brand USM, and the other one is from the brand String. But what our to-dos there were mainly connected correctly to the Magento product catalog, so that, as you can see here, the estimation under the add to cart button of the delivery time and also prices, everything is accurate, and everything that's needed to actually buy the product then in the Magento shop. And another product feature, as I mentioned before, they have a lot of active categories, and most of them probably are brand categories. So what we have is a main category tree per website, and then automatically based on brand attributes, a category tree per brand is also created. So every brand that has lamps will have all those categories with lamps and all the subcategories as well, which then of course leads to a bigger overview page with a lot of brands listed and a lot of categories that have to be maintained. And since this is not really something you want to do manually, this is everything's generated automatically overnight. As I said before, I will quickly show you the layered navigation later as well. Content features. We chose to work with the Magento page builder here, since it was actually in the beginning of the process was made open source by Adobe. And we added custom widgets and also a custom slider module here to solve the issues that we might have along the way with the page builder and just to have it a bit easier. So we did not implement elements in the page builder itself, but if something was a bit more custom, we just went with widgets there. Then we have configurable product banners and badges. I highlighted them here in the slider in the screenshot for you. So we have different types of product banners and badges. They have default labels and colors, but those can be changed by the shop managers in the backend and then added to products. Here you can see it on the category page, but we also have like a banner that matches that product badge on the product detail page then. Something they wanted to have and they also had in the Magento 1 shop is that they can add content within the product grid. And those are customizable. Here I have 2 examples. One is like 1x1 element and one is a 1x4 element. In the backend, you can actually define how big the tile would be in the front end and also position it on the position within the product grid. So even on page 2 or 3, you can place an element within the product grid, which is actually quite neat, I think. Then we have an adjustable mega menu that is based on the Snowduck module, which I guess a lot of people know already. And it does not only have automatic category tree or category branches that are shown, but actually the different columns can be adjusted, and also the elements like content elements can be placed here. I'll give you a bit more info, or I'll show a bit more about the menu in the demo as well. And maybe a tiny feature, but since Design Bestseller has different websites, if I enter the French website with a German IP, I get a quick notification if I know about the German shop and if I want to visit that one instead. It's not a big feature, but I think it's a nice one for sure. And as I said, I'll quickly show you those two elements later in the demo. Number 3, checkout. I think in the last Hyvä Meetup, my colleague Rajiv was presenting the React checkout, which we also used here in the Design Bestseller project. He wanted to do a demo actually, but something went wrong. So you can we can pick this up now and I'll show you the checkout later as well. So we built a custom React checkout here for Design Bestseller. One thing that kind of stands out in the whole checkout process, I would say, is the custom shipping logic that was built, which covers multiple cases. So both mixed cards as well as cards that only have products for package delivery, since the span of the products and the sizes of the products in the Design Bestseller shop is so big. So you can buy a tiny pepper mill, but you can also buy a huge sofa, and everything has to be covered correctly, and the shipping costs have to be estimated and calculated correctly. So a lot of concepting went into this from the backend team here, and yeah, so that's pretty neat. And here you can see the front end part as well. And we've also integrated express payments. Normally they would be positioned in the cart, but we moved all those to the very first step in the checkout actually. In the screenshot here, you can see 2 PayPal buttons, and we'll add some more in the future. So Amazon is the Amazon Express button is already scheduled for one of the next sprints. And there's one more payment method that's called Ivy. That's, I think it's currently still deactivated, but it's almost ready as well. One more thing that's checkout relevant is a custom integration for Miles & More. If you're not familiar with Miles & More, you can basically collect bonus miles when flying with certain airlines, but you can also earn them when you shop at Design Bestseller. You can earn them, but you can also spend the miles that you already have earned in the past and buy furniture with it. So there's no official Miles & More module, but we built this custom based on the Magento 1 module that we already built in the past. It actually already calculates the amount of miles that you would need to spend to have a zero balance here. So that's pretty nice as well. It's both integrated in the product detail page, so you can already see on the product detail page how many miles you would have to spend. And it's integrated in the cart as well, so you could already enter your Miles & More credentials there or at the last step of the checkout. I will show you the checkout, of course, in the demo. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the Lighthouse score. It's safe to say that for this project, it's definitely been a challenge. I actually today had some issues getting proper screenshots and results here. I wanted to run the latest tests, but Google was not very cooperative. So I only have the category page for you. We did improve, I have to say that we did already improve the score a bit in the past, but it surely is a struggle. And I'm sure if you want to know a bit more on what mainly Alex did in the past, just ask him in the Q&A section later. I've compared latest and production, actually. Not that we have a lot of improvements on latest, but I just wanted to point out that one thing that I think that Willem already said in the past. If the shop is live, then of course a lot of analytics and scripts, etc. are running. So this is why we have a way poorer score at the moment on production than if you just have latest where nothing is happening, basically. Yeah. But I think Matthias already said Google's not everything, so let's just move on and continue with the demo. Okay, let's see if this works as smoothly as I was hoping it would be. There you go. And let's move to full screen. Okay, welcome to the Design Bestseller shop. Content elements. Let's just stick here on the homepage for first. This is our custom slider module here. Then this, I think, is also a custom widget. And different elements here were then prepared by the Design Bestseller team with the Magento page builder. Mega menu. The tricky thing was basically that the way that the Design Bestseller team concepted the mega menu is that every element here has a different logic to it. So while with the main furniture element here, you have basically all the branches of that category and then all subcategories listed here. In accessories, you would have other categories mentioned, which was the logic of different rooms. So accessories for kitchens, for bathrooms, accessories that we would put in the children's room, and office accessories. And those are not subcategories of accessories. So having the Snowdog module and the backend where you can configure everything in the tree logic was really handy and helped right away. And also small things like having the sales category being shown in red, just adding CSS logic here, or CSS class actually, and it's done. We also implemented those here. I actually don't quite remember. I think those are those blocks. Yeah, I think those are blocks that we can also implement then in the menu in the backend. Oops, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Okay, category page. This is the one I wanted to show you. This is also the one where I did the Lighthouse score on. The content elements. This is one example of it. So not only small images could be placed, but also you can have 1x2 element. I think further down we have those smaller ones here. So this is pretty neat. You can also see the different product badges here. And then I think the accessories category was pretty neat for the different filters. What we actually just implemented a while ago is that the symbols that are shown on the category page actually adjust based on the selection that you made. And of course, it's mostly visible with the color. Hyva blue, of course, selected here. Then other filters that we have are brand filters, and you can actually search within the brand filter here. So this is all custom logic, which is quick and nice. Okay, then let's add a chair. Since we're working, let's add an office chair. And it doesn't want to. There you go. Let's have a look at the cart. We already have a delivery estimation here, and luckily I will purchase a rather expensive one. So there's no shipping fee calculated at the moment. Then you have the other payment method being shown here. Of course, I'm already registered, but I want to continue as a guest. And then currently it would actually be shipped as a packaging. But I will show you one thing. If I configure that I want to have 5 of those chairs. This is one of the shipping logics that we implemented. then it will switch to haulier shipping. So if a certain volume is reached, then it will switch to different shipping methods. If I want to continue, it will force me to enter a phone number. And then I actually end up in the payment step, where I can select one of the many payment methods integrated here. We are working with, as a payment provider, it's Pay1 that's used here, but PayPal and Amazon Pay are implemented directly. So if I, for example, choose Amazon Pay, then I would get redirected. Here you have the Miles and More implementation that I mentioned, and also this is where you can both enter gift cards as well as coupons from card price rules. Okay, I think this is what I wanted to show you. And let's head over to the Q&A part.
Oh, thanks, Ina. So we are waiting for Alex, right?
Yes, Alex, please join the stage.
To assist with questions, with technical questions, and there he is. I think, yeah, there he is. Hi, Alex. And I'd like to start off with a question you have asked in the first presentation. I'm pretty sure you have updated to Hyva theme 1.2, right?
Yes,
we have. Yeah.
Let's go. How complex was that? What was your experience?
Well, it went pretty smoothly. We spent, I guess, 4 hours tops, not even more. It was just the scripts that Hyva provides for updating to high versions of Alpine.js and Tailwind CSS. They were pretty useful, and they fixed, I'd say, 99% of stuff. And there was just a few small adjustments to code. So, and basically the rest 3 hours of 4 were just testing.
I was also surprised that I think your estimation was like, yeah, let's calculate with a day or maybe, but it went way faster and smoother than we initially expected.
Yeah, but with the one exception, we did update the Tailwind CSS version before the 1.2 version, because we just wanted to, because it has more features that we like, and yeah, we updated manually before that. But yeah, with the update to 1.2, we updated only Alpine.js part.
Okay, thanks. Did you use many external modules? And if yes, did you have problems with Hyva compatibility?
I don't know how many we are actually using. I think Design Bestseller is a project where we heavily use custom code instead of third-party modules. I think what a lot of projects use is the gift card module. We went with the one from MST, and I think it was already compatible. But if we didn't have any compatibilities, then we would just look for GraphQL compatibility, or if the module already provides GraphQL endpoints, and then we would just make it compatible.
Mm-hmm. Great. So what will be the next steps on the project?
Design Bestseller actually has a lot of ideas in the backlog, so we never get tired of new features. They're actually also doing a lot of A/B testing, trying to improve their UI constantly and the UX. As I said, Amazon Pay will be added as an express button soon, and I think that's the next main thing.
Okay, and then there's a question by Thomas. What do you do with the 1x4 content elements on the category grid if you're on mobile? Is it possible to provide 2 separate elements, or is it just resizing responsive magic?
Alex, if you want.
Okay. We have different settings for sizing those content elements on PLP, and for the ones which are 1x4, yeah, we just resize it to take the full width on the mobile as well. But it's it's resized responsively, so everything is readable at mobile as well. It's important.
So they're not all images. I think some of the elements were actually images, especially those wavy text elements. But the 1x4 is always, they can actually configure text, background color, and text color there. So so then it actually does resize properly on mobile.
Mm-hmm. I hope that answers your question, Thomas. So if anyone else has a question, please step up or be a quick typer. So if not, let me thank you again. It was a great presentation. Thanks a lot for doing that.
Thank you.
And we'll step over to the last part. I'll share my screen again. Goodbye. So there we are again. Hello. I hope you enjoyed the presentations as much as I did and learned a little bit. What's next? We will, of course, have a next meetup. The next meetup, we don't have a topic yet, but it won't be project presentations again, but we don't know yet. Perhaps some technical topic again, or something else Hyvä related. If you have got a good idea, either for a topic or for a presentation, just approach us, get in touch with us, and this is how you can get in touch with us, mostly via email, via LinkedIn, via Twitter, uncomplicated in the Hyvä Slack or in some other Slack or Discord. You'll find us, I'm pretty sure. As we said, the slides, the presentations will be published on YouTube pretty soon. And there are plenty of ways to stay in touch with us, Internet and or with the Hyvä team. Thanks for a big part of the Hyvä team to be here today. Very appreciated. And thanks to all the attendees for coming, for joining us. That's the official end, but we won't shut down the event yet. You can join us in the networking area or in the session area where we will open some smaller rooms. And if you have some time left and would like to chat a little bit, just join us in the sessions. Thank you very much. Goodbye.